Within the last decade, flooding has become a serious menace in Nigeria, causing a range of havoc from food scarcity, water disease, refugees, internally displaced persons, among others. As a result, Action Aid Nigeria, a non governmental organization, is calling for proactive steps by the federal government to put everything in place to mitigate against the looming flood disaster for this year. Country Director, Action Aid Nigeria (NLOB), who was represented by the Director of Programs, Suwaiba Dankabo, says for 11 years, flooding has become a perennial challenge with increased intensity every year. She further said the 2022 level of destruction and human displacement surpasses the 2012 flooding described by the National Emergency Management Agency as the worst ever since the advent of flooding in Nigeria.
News reports characterized the 2012 flooding as the worst in more than 40 years, but we still experienced flood in 2022, which is said that the level of destruction and human displacement surpassed that of 2012. In 2014, 100,000 were displaced, with 53 deaths across 11 states reported with floods. Thousands of houses, farmlands, and properties worth billions of naira were also lost to the flood disasters in many local government areas affected in the northern states. Actually, Nigeria appeals to the federal government and state governments, emergency management agencies, and all concerned stakeholders to ensure that their contingency plans and intervention of floods this year commensurate with the level of impact on the lives of people. Now is time for Nigeria, particularly states that were heavily hit last year, like Bayelsa, Jigawa, Anambra, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Lagos, Abia, Edo, among others, Jigawa, and some places in the northeast, to activate her flood preparedness plan and communicate them to likely communities and prepare them ahead. Those communities that are likely to be affected, so that we have minimal possible losses or impact.
Social Mobilization Manager Adewale Adedutan and the Director, Organizational Effectiveness, Fumi Olukeye said there is need to educate Nigerians on the early warning signs of this year's flooding and the efforts of Action Aid to assist flood victims.
All we are trying to do is to conscientize Nigeria as regards the early warning signs. And we are glad too that different agencies across the country have been calling people to attention for the fact that this thing is inevitable. So if we have these early warnings, then we have to roll up our sleeves and ensure that all hands are on deck to put this at bay in such a way that there will be minimal impact on human lives and livelihoods of people.
We are constructing shelters. Even in Jigawa State, we are constructing 20 shelters where people can be moved as the floods begin. We are providing livelihood on an ongoing basis for up to 200 women currently, and we are training on early warning. We are training people so that they can react. You know, one of the things she said in her speech is that when the government makes an announcement like go to the highlands, what exactly does that mean for people? So that needs to be broken down for people, for them to know what action they can take, and not wait until they are really, most hit before they start trying to rush around for emergencies.
Emmanuel Unu, News 24.